Hey guys, good morning. Coach Jen T here. Happy Wednesday. So today I just want to talk a little bit about consistency and how consistency is way more important than perfection. If you've been in my program, if you've worked with me for some time, which a lot of you have, you guys would know that I preach this all the time. It's super, super important to know that when you're on a healthy journey, you're never expected to be perfect. That drive and feeling like you have to be perfect day in, day out is so hard on your mind and so hard on your body. And it really drives that inconsistency because it creates that feeling of all or nothing mindset, which rarely gets us all, and we usually end up with nothing. So that being said, when you're going about your day, and let's say you're in my coaching program and you're tracking your nutrition, well, it's really important, you guys, to know that when you're tracking how much protein you're eating or how many carbs and fats you're getting and how many calories you're getting in a day and how much water you're drinking, how much you're sleeping, there is something so valuable to be said about consistency of bringing awareness to your habits and behaviors, regardless of perfection. So yeah, some days you might drink 1 glass of water and you're like, oh my gosh, I did horrible with my water. Or some days you might really slack on the sleep. Guys, it happens to me. You might, get 4 or 5 hours of sleep and feel bad the next day. Or maybe you went out with friends or you hung out with friends and you went way, way, way over on your carbs and fats and calories for the day. That's okay. That is completely normal. And it's not what you do 1 or 2 days a week. Like if you go get that bagel at breakfast, or if you go out for pizza and beer and drink way too much beer and eat way too much pizza, or it's not that one time of the week you eat 1 too many cookies and it makes you feel sick or full. It's what you do as an average throughout the entire week that truly matters. So when I say consistency, I mean just keep those check-ins consistent. Keep the tracking and awareness consistent as far as tracking those habits, and don't let go of guilt, let go of feeling bad about yourself if you go over, or let go of embarrassment that me as your coach might, think that you're a bad person or you're doing something wrong. I'll tell you right now, you guys, I have seen it all. And I promise you, it doesn't matter how much you're overeating one day or how you're really feeling pretty bad one day, maybe inside emotionally, or you're choosing the wrong thing, the wrong direction with your choices. That's okay. And you will receive nothing but judgment-free feedback from me. And there's no need to ever feel guilt or embarrassment about going over, because that's going to happen. You guys, when you're on a healthy journey, not every day is going to be perfect. Every day is just all about learning what works for you and doing more of that, doing more of the things that feel good for you. And then learning, this doesn't make me feel good. Maybe in the moment I think that this is what I need or this is what I want, but it doesn't make me feel good. So rather than focusing on being perfect tomorrow, how can I be 1% better than I was yesterday? And those 1% betters over the course of the year, if you're consistent, totally add up, and that's where the magic happens. So if I have a client that's joining my program and they are guided with a certain amount of carbohydrates that they need, and a good amount of protein for their body and their body composition and their activity level, and then they say, oh, Jen, that's too many calories, that's too many carbs, that's not going to work for me. Well, why don't we give it a shot? Because what happens is those people totally undereat, go way under on their carbs, they go way under on their calories on those 4 days they might be tracking, but then on the 3 other days, they might be going way, way over. They're not bringing awareness to their intake. So what we're doing is we're taking the average of the 7 days and not what you're doing 3 to 4 days a week totally perfectly. So just keep that in mind as you go about your journey. Is It's the little tiny bit betters that add up, and it's not what you do one time or two times in the week that's going to derail your progress. It's going to be how you average out and what you're doing consistently on a daily basis. So ask yourself what changes you can make that you're confident you can make to be a tiny, tiny bit better today, and keep those check-ins coming, keep that awareness coming. And I'll tell you, that little bit of reflection and awareness, even though it might feel uncomfortable, even though it might hurt a little bit to see like how you're actually doing or the choices you might actually be making, that is truly the magic of where like positive change happens. And it's all judgment-free of yourself. Let go of guilt. Remember, you guys, this is a journey, not a sprint, and you've got to live your life. And I'm here to meet you where you're at. But also meet yourself where you're at. Don't expect to suddenly make these big drastic changes on one day. Progress takes time, you guys. I've got people that I've been working with for a year, 2 years or more, or even if it takes months when you first start. Just remember, you guys, those things that you want in your life, the goals you want with the balance and how you feel about your body and your relationship with food and all of these things, it takes time. And it does not happen overnight. So focus on one single day at a time and one thing at a time. And I promise you, magic will happen and you'll see progress and you'll feel better. Just let go of guilt and let go of perfection. Have a good day.